Hi, I am KWOK from ATAL Engineering Group. Today, I would like to share the topic Information Supply Chain in BIM Digital Content. Supply chain. Supply chain is a network in between a company and its supplier to deliver a product or service to the end user with end user expectation. During the production process, the right information will go into the final product. It's the right place at the right time. In ISO 19650, the information management framework is well developed for our BIM execution. By this framework, we can detail all our BIM execution workflow. For the information management workflow, the CIC BIM Standard General Version 2 just published in early this month. It is our first no-code NS. In this, the information management workflow is detailed developed for each stage in our project life cycle. By helping these two standards, we can complete our information management. But for the information supply chain, we're still missing something. Basically, the BIM Digital Content is our BIM object, in which the geometry information and non-graphic information. By using all the BIM objects, we build up the relationship between each BIM object and its related information. Then we can form our BIM model. All those information will contained in these two BIM Digital Content. For the information supply chain in BIM Digital Content, we should be looking for the step information how to get into the BIM Digital Content. We must guarantee it from our originator to our final owner. Or between the BIM and the participant, we will produce and distribute the right information to the content. Now, we try to review our BIM construction process. We're using the information to develop our BIM objects. And we further develop and become our BIM model. We use it to facilitate our all BIM construction process. Of course, we will auditing according to the ISO 19650 and our BIM project management workflow. At the same, on the physical construction, we're using the inspection to make sure our quality. We governed by ISO 9001 and construction management workflow. But in our construction management workflow, we have one essential process it is a submittal process. Important of the submittal process is guarantee our construction project is delivery meet our owner expectation. And also we manage and minimize the potential risk during the construction. In general or technical spec, it will have been mandated the submittal process. This will guarantee the information reliability. In the submittal, we will submit our soft drawing, material, sample, or data, product data. In normal, we should be meet some ISO standard or BS standard, or some criteria for our submittal. All the information will reviewed and verified by architect and engineer to correct the port, with make sure the correct product will install it on the project. So we have a certified data and certified of product. But how about our information? How about if the information is not reliable? We also not have the reliable BIM object. Can the information supply chain supply the right information during our each phase? To see our current package, for many surveys, we will say our time for design, construction, and operation phase. But for another survey, we can find that our contractor is also many times facing the double entry problem. The double entry will impact our productivity. Also will slow our information workflow. Frequently, we are also facing the data entry error, because the contractor needs to compensate those issues. So they will hire the bid or request longer schedule. Those also will impact our overall project budget or schedule. Why we will have a double entry? We go to encounter some problem. In normal, we will search and download the BIM object from the internet. We spend many hours to looking for the object, but we never really know if it's the right version. Is that the BIM object is reliable? Or we will have information and drawing from our supplier and manufacturer. So we create by our own resources. We have this BIM object by ourselves. But we spend many time to create that family based on the supply information. But some of the data will missing and make our digital model not correct. Can I guarantee this is ever free? Or we can have a supplier provide a 3D object or BIM object for us. But during the missing expected data, the digital content from a supplier is unusable. Just like you download, they give you a MEP object. They will throw the engine data you expected, or they have no any connector for your connect to the any system. Sometimes we can find the hyperlink or URL pasted in the object is no longer work. Is this usable? In our current workflow, BIM object will take into account and to develop our BIM model. For the responsible designer on contractor, we will, before they use the BIM object, they will go to information where they make sure the information enter into the information supply chain is our right data. Owner can have the correct data as BIM model and right information, so they can use it in the FM. To suffer this data validation, in normal, BIM need more resources to validate the information. So many times our partner will say using the BIM is still very time consuming. Is there any solution to help us to save the time? More important problem, the information reliability. Is that correct in the information? You get the right information? The data is certified. The data is come from auditor. When we create the model or object, who is the data ownership? We create the object. Do I need have any liability on the data? So, who is the right person to be the BIM object originator? Contractor or supplier? For the ideal, the BIM workflow, the digital content should provided by our supplier because they are information originator. But we have more process to govern the information. So we should have a digital content submitter. Make sure the digital content will meet the owner expectation before the entry to the information supply chain. To support this digital content submission approach, we should have a 3-part. One, we should have a no-code standard body. They will set up a no-code standard for the digital content. And we have a certification body to audit or certify the digital content in BIM objects. We also need a BIM content platform to provide a standard user interface for our BIM content service. It is very important because the user should really easy to find their BIM content. And the BIM content can become a certified digital content. But now we have a free part and complete the certified process. We have a supply. We still need some demand. Who is the demand party? We have a demand party to complete the circle. The client is recommended to mandate the submittal for the digital content because they are the final owner for the digital content. So they should mandate the submittal for the digital content. This is a completed information supply chain for our digital content. To easily understand, I make another graph. For the standard body, they complete the recommended BIM standard. Client can develop their EIR based on this BIM standard and develop their BIM specification. And the supplier will submit the certified object for our contractor. Contractor will doing the submittal process as same as their normal practice. But this time, we need to sync digital content with the equipment or material. Consultant verify the digital content and their equipment submission with all match. The certified digital content will come out and become an approved content and stored in project-specific BIM content library. This is a central library. All contractors must using this content to develop their construction model or using to our construction stage BIM use. Even because all the content is certified, so the as-built model will have a better qualified. The certified digital content should be served under some criteria. We serve under the project requirement and our local BIM standard, and also the modeling practice and drawing requirement. And also, we should use this for the BIM use, so we also meet our BIM use and deliverable requirement. The benefit of the BIM content submission approach, we can form a project-specific BIM content. All contractors must be use this content to develop their BIM model. They not allowed to use another information from their pocket, or we use from another project because this is not certified content. All the information will govern the information in the BIM content, which is provided by the originator. And also the content have a standard data definition, so we can enhance our collaboration. Also, we will benefit to smooth our data integration and also for the handover our costs to different project stage. And also we can deliver a ready for use data for our design authorization or any BIM use. Challenging. For the whole process, we need to our supplier to participation. Luckily, many supplier in our subcontractor or supplier association, they willing to provide their content and also welcome this approach. We need to enhance our BIM standard or specification to meet this approach. We need to introduce our accredited certified body. I think most of our BIM professional or consultant can be as this body. Finally, client is a main concern for mandate this process because they will aware some contract issue. But we think about if they can be considered the contract issue, we will complete the submittal process, and then the BIM ecosystem will be completed. That will benefit all our BIM professionals and from our supplier to our client. Thank you.